dinner, Ronnie. Did you want to eat dinner and come back?
I mean, I can stay on when I'm eating, can I?
You can. I mean, I don't know what you're eating dinner or not.
Oh my goodness.
So how the dogs doing?
They're good. Hold up. Dad, did Dad talk to you today?
Uh, I talked to him yesterday very briefly.
Yeah, about what?
About a shaver or something. It wasn't nothing too. What did he say to you?
Nothing. He just talking about nothing much.
So you think we'll do the reunion this year again?
I guess so. That's the plan. Get down. Damn
What?
dogs chasing the cat. I would like to do a reunion again. We can figure it out.
Yeah. Well, thanks for hanging out with me, brother. I was thinking about our interaction together, and I just wanted it to come together organically. I don't know if that'll be nighttime or daytime, but I don't know if we need to do a teaching and training. I think it's might be more organic. It was more organic.
Yeah, man. I'm cool with it. Whatever, man.
Either way.
Yeah, it's
So,
totally fine.
so what's going on new, man? What's going on new in the car business, the car dealership business?
Just raising up salespeople. I got two new people that are working and training them. The dog is attacking me right now.
They
Get
they know when the camera comes on. Billy
just.
knows.
He's like nipping at my feet. Uncle Chris, you want to say hi?
Hey, class, if you're joining us tonight, I'm just hanging out with my brother. We're doing entrepreneur talk tonight. Hey,
Come
Jude, where
on,
you
Jude.
at? He can't hear me.
He can't hear you. I don't have any speakers on this computer. Here. Talk to Uncle Chris while I grab my food.
Hi.
What up, bro, Jude? How you doing?
Good.
How was Taekwondo?
It was good.
You can be
And
like a, huh?
what?
You can be like a master sensei, ninja warrior, Jedi Knight.
Maybe.
You can be like cutting off people's heads.
No.
You're crazy. All right. Well, it was good talking to you, even though you didn't say anything.
We don't have anything to talk about.
Well, we could talk about the how are your grades in school?
I have a D in math.
Oh my Lord, Jude, that is terrible.
I
You gotta do better than that, dog.
have only one D and B's and C's.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, me and your dad are talking about being an entrepreneur and a business owner tonight. So
Okay.
maybe you'll grow up and sell cars, or I don't know.
Uh,
Love you, Jude. Good talking to you.
Love you too.
Can you hear me? I'm having
Yeah.
salmon
Oh yeah, grill.
baked.
I didn't mean to catch you at dinner time, man. Well, what got you on here? Might as well rock and roll now. It's on.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was talking to Eddie, man, about things, just certain things that helped me that helped bring me through the real estate, the crash in '08, Ronnie.
Hmm.
Certain things that I did, I look back and I'm like, man, I can't believe that I had the opportunity to have this stuff.
Did you have it better when the market crashed?
I had it better because it was like I was running to the left. and like everybody else was running to the right. It's almost like everybody was getting out of the real estate business. And I was almost at that time. I'm 2004. I'm just kind of just getting into it.
Yeah.
I was so scared, man.
Really? What were you scared of?
I was scared of because I'm reading all these books from multimillionaires and billionaires like Buffett. He's all just reading the philosophy of when there's blood on the streets, buy. Just stay. When people are getting out, the philosophy around people getting out, you need to stay in. When everybody's doing this, you need to do that. I'm like,
Hmm.
I know these people. They got to know what they're talking about. You know, they have to, but it didn't feel like it because everybody around me. I was telling Eddie, it's almost like everybody's running from a fire, and you're running to the damn fire.
My business went up in '08. Not much, but it went up.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you know what the two things are that drive the market?
Fear
And
is one. Oh, and greed.
that's it. It's never changed. It's a constant. And so whenever it crashes, people run from fear. It's just crazy. I don't know, understand why they sell.
Yeah, everybody was getting out, but there was a couple things that helped me stay through the crash, and I see it coming again. I see, it's weird. I talked to one of my lenders today. He's like, Chris, I got so much cash, man. I just can't find nobody to loan it to.
Seriously?
Literally, I had to talk with him today. He's like, either it's loans I don't want to do, people that I don't want to loan to. But he's like, I guess the quality of borrowers. He's like, I just can't find them.
Really?
Literally today, man. Guy's got millions of dollars, man. He's like, asking me to take, obviously asking me to take some of it, and I'm like, I don't have a place for it right now. But it's like I can't find good deals. I can't find good guys to do the deals. But we need help finding. They're out there, but you just don't want to loan to anybody.
Is that a sign that something's coming down the pipeline?
I don't know, Ronnie. I'm trying to, I don't know. That's why I was more talking to you about, as you stay in the business, you were able to. I think you really helped me with that forecast thing. Am I too loud, babe? You helped me with that forecast thing, man. Forecasting. The internet really allows you to forecast big time.
Yeah.
Oh my lord, yeah. I mean, with all these numbers and these analytics and graphs and charts, man, I can literally calculate. I can tell you when I'll have 29,000 subscribers, man. I can tell you the day.
Wow.
Hmm.
So what else
I
did you
mean,
do this week?
this week was a cool week, man. I did something called an affiliate marketing campaign. You familiar with that?
Well, like you're affiliated with another website or somebody else, and they pay you for having your stuff on.
That's it, Ronnie. You take some code, you put some code. Let me rewind. Class. Thank you for joining me, my brother. We're just talking about business. Ask a Haskins. Q&A at the end. I will answer any question about business, life, work-life balance, any of that stuff. This is one opportunity I get to share my brother with you. We don't get to talk that much, but I wanted to kind of do an impromptu thing with my brother so it's not so stringent and we had to like crank out content. I think this might even migrate to Instagram, Ronnie, and or even like a Snapchat thing. I think our flow doesn't need to necessarily stay on one channel. But I wanted to talk. Oh, you were saying about affiliate. I can literally run, take some code, paste it in somebody's in the web page, and when people go there, right, it will follow them around for a year.
Are you serious?
Right, this internet, man, it's crazy. It's just crazy. So, like
Follow
for
them
instance,
around for a year.
for instance, check this out. I can go to Toyota, right? Like you're a car dealer. Name a product you buy for your cars frequently.
Tires.
Tires, right? So I go to Yokohama. Is it Yokohama?
Yokohama. Yeah.
I go to Yokohama, right? They have an affiliate link. I go to their. It's you got to discuss it with the maker. They'll give me the code. Uh oh, somebody
What?
gets screen. I think the switch back.
I don't think so. Hold on.
I'm getting screaming.
No, it's still.
Aunt Tori's, everything okay?
Yep,
Okay.
everything's fine.
So I get
It's
some
just
code,
she's
Yokohama, right?
closer.
That's
Yeah.
cool. I get this code. I say, hey Ronnie, man, check these tires out, dude. Real nonchalantly, just suggestive, right? Ronnie, check these tires out. Ronnie, do you know when you click on that link, every time you buy tires from Yokohama, your boy will get a
You get
check.
paid. Is
Hmm.
that why that sometimes I see like I'll be looking for cars or whatever, and they show up on my timeline for like a week?
Yeah,
Same thing.
they have different cookie timelines. You want to get the longest timeline you can. Like some timelines are a year. Amazon has the shortest one in the business, it's 24 hours.
Really?
But if I send you a link, if I know you, and I talk to Yokohama, whoever, it could be an iPod, it could be a pair of shoes. Right? It could. The sky's the limit, dog.
Why am I not doing that?
Because we're just not aware. We're just not aware.
Well, I need to get aware. I'm always talking about cars. I could talk to Ford or Chevy or Toyota.
You don't have. You don't have to. All you have to do is point somebody. Just say, you know, it's weird. My wife put me on this when I first met her. She was doing this in '05. '05, she was doing this, and I was like, I don't want this crap. But if
She was
you,
doing affiliate marketing in '05.
she was doing affiliate marketing when I met my wife, dog. She was doing, you know what she was doing though? It
What?
used to be, we went to Google, right? The old affiliate marketing, you go to Google, you got the pay per clicks. You would run an ad on Google, and if somebody clicked on your joint and bought an iPad, you get paid.
Really?
Hmm.
So Prince is a little entrepreneur too.
And she was doing it, but I think you did sell some stuff, didn't you think? She did. She just didn't. You got to stay on it. But Google was different, right? Because you had to pay to be up there.
Hmm.
But anyway,
Pay per click.
that's on the entrepreneur side. But Ryan, I think that is the new entrepreneurs, Ryan. That is, the new entrepreneurs, dude, are on the internet, dog.
Well, it works while you sleep. You know, it just
Wait,
works
wait,
while you sleep.
wait.
So you don't have to. You got to put out good content. You got to put out good stuff. But it does so much more work that you can't do when you're awake.
Dude, it's just cranking out, man. It's like this. I just imagine like a beat grinder. Just
It's crazy, man. I had a dude come to my office this week. He was telling me that he watched the videos, and I'm like, really? Like, I know this cat, and he's like, I've been watching your videos. I need to do some of my car. And I'm like, damn. I mean, they just work so much for you. You can only sit in front of a client for so long, and while they're listening to you, but put out a good message. I think it gets some traction and people listen to it, and then they get to go back. Like, I'll do the same thing with Patrick Bet David. I'm like, okay, let me put it in my watch later. And then I'll go back when I'm laying on the couch and listen to it and learn, so that's crazy, man.
yeah. So the videos, the internet. I think, but Ryan, you're by default, you're turning into an internet guy.
I'm using it as much as I can. I mean, they are actively SEOing my website right now. So there's a guy working on my website to bring me up way up in Google rankings. And so, he's got about 3 more weeks of work to see if it actually comes to fruition. But my numbers, like if you look at my website numbers, I'll show you this. They've gotten a lot greener. That's all I can say.
What's
Like,
greener?
I'll show you. Like, there were like just searches. Can you see the numbers?
Hold a little closer.
they're improving. You know, this up 11%, 114%. All of them are green. You know, so when I look at that, 824 searches. It's like, give it another month, we'll get some more traction.
Well, that could be working in congruent. That could be congruent with your videos.
I got the videos on the website. I just load them up. I can link them right to it. So yeah, man.
Yeah. Wow. Soon you could just have it like a. I don't know. I mean, you know what you're doing.
I don't know what I'm doing. I do not know what I'm doing. It's a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of guesswork. So.
Well, I had my builder is getting sued. I thought that was something interesting.
That happened this week?
My builder called me yesterday in a house we did together a few years ago. The buyer is suing him.
Suing him over what?
Some type of work, man, that they didn't like, and they were supposed to go fix. So I just wanted my class to know that be prepared. Make sure you got your insurance up because we had a long talk yesterday. The guy called me very upset.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Yeah, it was nasty, Ronnie. He was like, "I can't believe your buyer's suing me." I'm like, "You never know. You never know what's gonna happen out here." I got a couple lease options come up too, man. I had a guy move out. Matter of fact, I had two people move out this month, man. Got three vacancies.
Right there, right in your city?
Yeah, just my lease option stuff. You know, I got two people already with 3,000 down to put down. So we're doing it'll be two lease options and two lease options. You know, the other lady, I think I'm gonna keep her. She's for some reason, man, my tenants after Christmas and New Year's, they just don't want to pay their rent.
Really, man? Oh, so you got that check in, I can deposit that?
Yeah, go ahead and put that in. I guess you're just gonna change. You know what? Your tenant's not the only one. They're just gonna change the rent. They just change the rent from.
That's so crazy, man. The rent is changing.
Class,
You get a check. You're like, what's up with this check? That's not what the rent is. The rent has changed.
It's not just you, man. I got some other residents. Just $400 here, 300 there. I'm like, I'm so blessed, man. I'm just scared to even kick them out. I'm like, you know what? God's been blessing me.
I know. I mean, I think we need to give her a letter or something. But you know what? I don't know, man. Can you bring me some tea, please? Love you.
Love you too.
You mind bringing me a big cup of tea? You're the best.
So, class, we have people that are tenants that are paying rent, and they know the rent's X. They just pay Y.
Yes. I know. That's just crazy, right? I mean, but you know, you as an investor, right? I have a friend who just bought a new house, and he just entered the investor phase of his life with owning a property. Thank you, Jude. And so I was like, he asked me, he goes, well, what if I don't get all the rent? What if, you know, the mortgage is 2,000 and I'm only going to get like 1,500? And I said, well, long term, for 500 a month, you have a $500,000 investment for 500 a month. You know, so it ended up working out a lot better than that. But you know, man, it's like you have to weigh those issues, right?
Mm-hmm. Gotta expect the worst because they will dig their heels in. They will dig their heels in.
Yeah.
You got a different market out there, though, man. You don't have as many. I tell you, where I'm at, the median income here is 30,000.
It's like 60,000 here.
So you're at the top of the whole country. Hey, Missy.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. The median income for the United States is 58,000.
It's like 57, 60, something like that. Hey, I had something happen today. So one of my sales guys is living in a house, and he, got a letter, and it was like the house is under foreclosure. So he's paying rent, and I looked it up on Zillow. I'm like, well, what's the address? So I pulled it up on Zillow, and it said pre-foreclosure. I'm like, you're in a pre-foreclosure, man. Like, you're paying rent in a sinking ship right now. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I wouldn't pay no more rent if I was him.
Really,
No way. Why would I do that? Do the owners keeping the rent?
the owner's telling him everything's fine, it's worked out, and
He needs to, not need to. I highly suggest him to show him the most recent mortgage statement, brother. It's an old game. See
oh,
what
so he can
land?
ask that from the landlord.
I would just be like, dude, you know, we got a business arrangement. I saw my house on Zillow. I'm ready to pay my rent. Would you mind if I just see the most recent mortgage statement? And just be quiet.
That's fantastic.
But the older game is running on sinking landlords. I've seen it a million times. They collect as much rent as they can till the shit goes in foreclosure and then it's over.
That's the end of the story.
They do it all the time. My mentor did it for he did for 7, 8, 9, 10 houses.
Really,
Dude was making $10, $11,000 a month cash,
not paying nobody.
not paying a soul. You know what? He even went back and forth when the new owners before the new people bought the house at the auction. He was going back trying to get the rent. Man, this my house. You can't do. They'll say anything to get the rent, man. Right? Just think about it, because they want the income.
Oh, I found out. Oh, you're talking about what we're thinking about, right? I have something to share with you. So I did a video. Maybe you watched it, maybe not. Hold on. Um, Check this out, dude. Everything I've been talking about and you leasing a car is exactly the truth. So I interviewed this VP of a bank. I
Did you
can't
get
show that.
permission to? Did you get
Not yet.
permission? Oh,
He said I can use the data that we talked about, but I can't. He's running it up the ladder right now. I sent him the video. They're talking about it. But dude, people are doing 72-month loans, 84-month loans. They do
mm.
60 million a month in loans. I'm not talking about houses. Not a single house. They don't do mortgages. 60 million a month in cars in this town. And the average length that people stay in these loans, 32 months.
What are they doing with them?
3, 2. Trading them in. I mean, they just keep flipping. Nobody's paying 72 damn payments. You know what I'm saying? I had a guy
Wow.
today, he's signing up. Well, I got his 5,500 upside down. I just need a truck. It's like, okay. And so then, we're looking at a 75-month loan, $700-800 a month. And I know, I'm like, you're not going to stay in this one. You're not paying off the one you're in now.
They're
And so
rolling.
you're rolling it again and doing it again and again and again. It's like, dude.
Don't you lose out when you roll an old car into a new loan?
Yeah, he's coming up with $5,000 cash, but that's just the fact of the matter. If you're going to flip all the time, that's what you got to do.
Good God. Wow.
I
I'm
just
so
think
glad.
lease your car. It's just a damn car.
I'm so glad. I wrote about that in my newsletter. I had people emailing me and calling me and saying, it's just an epiphany that you look at. And the thing of the statement, the philosophy that you had was every car goes to zero. Every
Everyone.
car. And I'm like, that's not my philosophy. That's from a damn guy that's been in the car business for 20 years.
Class, unless your car is sitting inside of Jay Leno's garage, it's going to go to zero.
Yeah, man. You know what though? My next lease. I'm gonna go Princess Haskins on them.
What's that mean?
I'm gonna get something a little nice, nothing big, but I might just want
Oh,
maybe a heated seat or something. I don't know.
yeah, man. Audi's like 600 a month. I just did a Q3, 600 a month. It just depends on what budget you want to play in. If you want to be in the 350 budget, you're gonna be in the 350 budget. If you want to spend 450, okay, you can get a few more toys.
Yeah.
You want to spend 550. It's like, all right, now you can start getting your sunroof and your navigation and all that stuff. But look at our car. It's 350, and we've got navigation, sunroof, rain sensing wipers, power lift gate, heated seats, all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Man, the car is like it needs. I took it for oil change yesterday. The lady's like, "You want to get this, and this?" I'm like, "Why would I do that?" She's trying to upsell me on services to the car, man.
That's what her job is to make.
Oh,
That's how she gets paid.
no doubt. I guess my thing is my brain was like, I don't need it because I'm gonna trade it in by the time it needs all that.
You need to rotate your tires
Why is that?
because they will not let you turn it in with ball tires. Tire rotations are cheap, but if you rotate them every 3,000 miles, they wear very evenly, and you can
Mm,
get 36,000 miles out of them.
gotcha.
But if you
Need to
don't,
do
then
it.
you're stuck with some ball tires at the end, and they'll charge you for them.
Mm-hmm. Rotate the tires. Let me do that then. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that I got lease options going on. I got negotiating. I got two offers on houses and just dealing with home inspection stuff. Just did the home inspection. Now we got to go repair it, and hopefully we'll be doing the closing in a few weeks. We got
Yeah.
these houses. I did have a long talk with one of my lenders today, though.
About what?
He's just saying how he's got a bunch of cash, looking for looking for good deals. He doesn't want to lend on crappy deals, and he's also said he doesn't want to lend to borrowers that don't have any money. So I
Mm-hmm.
just want my viewers to know that it's amazing how money. It's almost like money attracts other money. When people
Oh yeah, yeah. They want to stack it up.
it attracts, and he's like, man, how much is it? They're trying to. I'm sure you get the same thing. They want to. I'm like, I don't want your money. I'm trying to stay away from getting into debt.
Yeah. Another thing happened to me. I was looking at the we have a Black Business Network page here in the Springs, and
Hmm.
people are like, "There's 6% of Colorado Springs is Black. We should help each other." And so I reached out to this financial planner, and he's coming to my office tomorrow to talk about our philosophies as far as money and cars. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna reach out and be like, hey, let's see if I can help some of your people, or at least educate.
You're gonna record them,
I don't know. We're gonna talk about it. All of those financial planners have SEC rules and laws. They can't put anything on the internet.
man. They are gonna be out of effing business, man. I mean, if nobody knows about. I promise you, dude. I mean, if I can't cut you on, if I can't cut you on and watch you interact with somebody, but anyway, that's just my opinion.
I think it'd be cool if I just video with my clients, and it's like, hey, you don't need to come to my office. I can show you the screen, do the numbers right here. It could be
Start.
really easy. Like I think it's gonna come to that, not with maybe the clients that I have right now, but the millennials, they're gonna be like, "Can we just video chat?" It's like, "Yeah, let's video chat. 2 o'clock." You know, do the
Well,
numbers, send them a document, e-sign it, and you just come and see me when the car's in.
it's over.
It's done.
I think you're right, Ryan. Why would I want to come see you for what? That's what I'm the same way.
You
I'm like people want to go do coffee and lunch. I'm like, look, I can cut the camera on and I got you. I
Yeah,
got you. It's the same
we have
thing.
a coffee right now. You don't even have to buy me a coffee.
I'm
Yeah, I
telling
think it's
you,
gonna be cool. I'm down with it. I don't care. I'll sit in my office and just do deal after deal.
man. Yeah, that leasing thing is just. I don't think about a car anymore. I have zero thoughts about a car. I
I
love
don't.
it.
I have no. You know what? I got a used Camry that I bought for me to drive. I can do car leasing. It's got 10,000 miles on it. I ran the numbers on it. It's like 350 a month for that car. 10,000 miles. I'm gonna put that on the internet too and be like, hey, you can have this.
So you own that one?
No, they just bought it through the company.
Oh, to sell it.
Me owning the car is different than an individual because I don't pay taxes on it
That's right.
because I have a license. So it's a bit of a different scenario.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's cool, man. Cool what we got here. Class, this is just me hanging out with my brother. I want to have it organically just to talk business and entrepreneurship. Let's see what questions we got, Ronnie.
Okay.
What's wrong, babe? Sky Investments. Hey, what? That's why you hold on to properties. Oh, that was a question. Anybody got a question for my brother or me? D. Brooks been watching videos. You want to get started? We are inspiring you. Praise God. Good for you. You two guys are representing two things that Sky loves: houses and cars. Two commodities. Well,
Yeah.
mine can be. Yours, they can be a commodity, and they can be a commodity. So, free soul man. We're part of an estate. Our portion will be over 100,000. We are in contract to buy out the other beneficiaries for 75. The estate will not release our funds to buy until the last property is sold. Hmm. Property needs renovation. Would a hard money lender be a better option rather than private lender? Free soul man, brother. Free soul man number one. You ain't
Huh.
get you ain't getting no private money on a personal house, brother. I mean, you're not getting hard money on a personal house. They're not going to do it. You have to have a LLC. Hard money lenders will only lend to LLCs. You have to take the house out of that. You have to take the house out of that name and put it in the LLC. It's the only way you're gonna get money.
Angela Ford says she buys her cars nicely used. I sell lots of used cars. I don't think there's anything wrong with buying them nicely used. I really don't. It's just a philosophy. It's like I'm not saying I'm right and you're wrong, or buying them used right and leasing is wrong. It's just a paradigm shift for me. It's just I don't want to deal with it anymore. I don't want to deal with maintenance, tires, brakes. I do not want to do it. So I have lots of people that buy cars used though, and they're totally happy to doing it that way.
It's just different mindset, different philosophies. I don't think anyone's good or bad.
No, it's just whatever way you want to spend the money. You know.
T. Lou, what type of insurance would you need in case you get the builder gets sued? How am I protected? I don't know. I've got all type of insurances, but I'm hoping the builder. The good thing about this builder is he's a world class guy and he'll take care of it. He's got insurance for that stuff.
Yeah.
That's why you got to do it with world class people. I'm telling you, remember yesterday, Ryan, somebody hit my car.
Yeah.
They were I just let them go, man. I remember all the hell I did growing up, and they were just, Ronnie, they were just pitiful. Just pitiful. It's my dad's car. I mean, can you let me go? Don't call the police on me. I'm like, you know what? I don't
Just
have
go.
time. Just go, man. You can't even see it. I looked out there. You can't see it. I buffed it out.
Yeah. It's not about every dollar, is it?
I'm like, you need to get off this way more than me. And I thought about all the dents I've probably done to people's car and just ran off in life when I was younger. I don't know.
Yeah.
Am I bad for saying that? I mean,
I think you're human. You know, it happens. Well,
all right.
paid it forward.
Yeah. Sky Investment, you are inspiring me to lease option one of your houses. Praise God. I was trying to hold out to rehab it, but I'm tired of these contractors. Very smart. Lease option. All right, Ronnie. Anything else you want to share with me, my brother, for the week?
Angela says, "What do you think
Oh,
about a Jaguar XJ portfolio?" What year,
oh,
Angela?
I thought you got it already. Sorry about
Jaguar XJ portfolio.
that. What is that, Ronnie?
I'm pulling it up right now in my auction tab. XJ portfolio is just it's one of the trim levels. So let me go take a look.
What is a trim level?
So trim level, like you got a SE Hyundai versus
Oh, Lord, I got
SEL or XLE, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look this up for her. Jaguars are notoriously soft in the marketplace.
What does that mean?
Soft means once they are no longer new, they usually sell used for less than what is expected. So
Dang.
soft is like, yeah, like you can usually buy them really easily. Um, F-type portfolio. Let me see. Hmm. I like to look up exactly what she said. Newer ones, 2016. So okay, XJ portfolio. Okay, hold on, let me look it up. XJ portfolio.
CC's Corner,
XJ.
we're just talking about business. This is the time where I get to talk to my brother. He's been an entrepreneur since the late 1990s. And I get to bounce ideas off of him and see what's going on in his world regarding business and entrepreneurship.
Okay, so look at all these cars, man.
Bring it up.
Okay, hold on, let me share the screen.
We
You
got a
can get some
power today?
feedback for a second. Can you hear me, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
You talking about these? XJ Sports. These are 17s, and like this car right here. Look at this in South Carolina.
Wow.
57.9. I mean, it's a nice car. I guarantee you that
Holy.
car was like $90,000 brand new.
What is it
You
going
know,
for?
57.9.
Oh, my Lord.
Look how cheap these get. You start looking at these little 4x2 VR V6s. They're a lot less money. Look at this one. 15,000 miles, 39.8. Nice little ride. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know what her question is, but like, what do I think about them? I don't know. Like, I don't really get into cars as far as I don't spend money on them very often as far as for my personal needs. But
What is your philosophy on cars? Like I have for houses, I have no emotion on a house, Ronnie. I just need to know what do you want to tell Angela what you think?
people are like, what do you think about this particular car? I'm like, let me guess, 4 doors, a windshield, and 4 tires. That's it. Like yes, some of them are fun to drive, some of them are comfortable, but like if you're gonna buy a sports car and spend $85,000, just for me, I want to be investing money first. Like I want the 75 or 85,000 to just be a non-issue. It's like I'm ready to drive this type of car. I'm ready to write a check for it, or I'm ready to lease it, and it doesn't affect any day-to-day issue with me. So
What do you mean? I don't understand.
well, I talk to people a lot, and I'm like, you're getting ready to do a $700 payment. How much are you investing every month? And the answer is just like I just looked at the camera. What? It's like, so if you're not investing $300 or $400, why do we have a $700 car payment?
Wow.
It's crazy.
Holy cow.
People would rather be comfortable today and not think about tomorrow. For me, I'm going to be 50 this year, and I'm more interested in how comfortable I'm going to be 10 years from now when I turn 60. And so it's just crazy, man.
Yeah, Ronnie. I think I've been uncomfortable my entire freaking life, man. I look
But
back.
you're building an empire. You're building wealth. You're building opportunities.
So were my two mentors, and they died.
They died on the way.
Well, my first one, Mike Cheatwood, died at 50. He was the president of our local RIA.
Wow,
He was a master. He got pancreatic cancer, I think, man. He died real quick.
that's deadly.
Yeah, but he was, good God, man. You talking about. Anyway, I'm just saying, we try to do what we can. We do what we can.
We do what we
That's,
can, but like you also have to do stuff like what you're doing. Like you're spending money on Disney cruises
yeah.
because you can't get your time back. You can always make enough money to buy another car. because you can't
Wow.
get your time with the girls back.
So what do you think that is, man? Or is that kind of like one of your missions to help people regarding their monthly outgo for the car and not monthly outgo for their futures?
I try, man. I talk to them about it all the time. Even the guy the day on the truck, I'm like, this is crazy, dude. You drive 30,000 miles. You drive 30,000 miles a year. So
Holy
if you take
cow.
out a 75-month loan, how many miles is the car going to have in 3 years?
A hundred
You're gonna,
thousand.
yeah, you're gonna finance 55 grand
Mm,
into
mm.
a car that's depreciating like this already. If you drive 10,000 miles a year, it's doing this. But now you're gonna drive 30,000 miles a year, and then come see me in 3 years and say, what is it worth?
So he's gonna have
50
to go. He's gonna have to go get a new car and be upside down on the loan and all that.
again and again and again and again. Cars will keep you broke for the rest of your natural life.
Oh my goodness, God.
You know, they just do. They do.
I'm so glad. I don't. You know who else told me to get in real estate? The president of Hampton University when I graduated. He's like, "I'm gonna tell y'all one thing, man. Get into real estate." He stood up on the stage. I mean, it just shook my soul.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know, man. I think we've never really been into cars. I remember all your cars that growing up. They weren't like expensive cars.
No, I never really. I've had Range Rovers. So I had Range Rovers here in the Springs. I used to get them, right? And I would be driving around in the Range Rover back when I was single. I'd have black on black. It was
Wow.
nice. Yeah, they were like $75,000 cars, and so, um, but I always had the same thing. Like, as soon as the check engine light came on, take it to the auction because, dude, they cost $5,000 a year just to maintain. You know,
Hmm.
your oil changes. I'm not even talking about doing a single repair. That's another $4,500 a year. So
So
if you
you
do the
gotta.
math, it's like 800 a month just to maintain the damn car.
You can't take that to. You have to take it to the dealer, right?
Yeah, or find somebody that specializes in this. But
I don't know who's gonna do that. I remember that Lexus. I took that Lexus to a dealer, man. I mean, to a guy. We had to get the entire repair done twice.
right, you can lease a Range Rover for about $1,000 a month. You still got to maintain it.
What?
Not an Evoque. An Evoque to me is like not even. It's like no different than. I'm talking about a Range. They're like
There you go.
125. You know.
We don't want to do that, man.
No, invest in real estate, invest in things that give you money back, build your future. Same stuff that we've been trying to do for so long. One paradigm shift I'm having is spend more time. Don't worry about like 10 years from now. We're going skiing next week. Like just go skiing, spend money on the kids, have a good time.
You're right.
Those memories, man, are just priceless.
You're right. They are. I'm trying to do that too, man.
Yeah,
I'm trying to do that too. My wife finally broke me into spending.
that's a good thing though, because the kids are never going to ask you, "Did you do another deal, Dad?" Billy is never going to be like, "Can you just do one more video, Chris?"
That's true.
No, you can always make more money tomorrow.
It's true, man. That's maturity. All right, man. I think I'm done. I'm going to bed. Anything else on here? I see some other people talking about she want to pay cash for a car. I pay cash.
Ronnie, you told me to lease. I believe in paying cash.
Sounds like me.
CC and I talked on the phone.
You
I
sound like
think,
me.
you know what I like about CC though? She has a plan. If you have a plan, I'm not gonna hate on that. I've just no interest in owning a car, or paying cash for a car anymore the rest of my life. But CC, you have a good plan. Stick to that plan. You've got it figured out. She
Most
buys a
definitely.
car every 4 or 5 years or whatever it is, but she'll keep that car as long as possible and pay it off really quickly or pay cash for it. So that's a great way of buying cars. She's not buying cars because they're cool. She's buying cars for necessity, and so that's a great idea.
Good. So she has a plan.
She has a plan. That's all I
You're
ask. Have a
you're the
plan.
first, you're the first person to even open up to my mind to saying I need to think about when I'm gonna have to get a new car. I mean, who the hell does that?
Every 32 months, bro.
They just say, "Oh, you wake up in the morning, time to get a new car."
That's what happens. They're like, well, let's go spend 800 a month. Like, and it's done in like an hour.
That's true.
I'm looking at the cars I have now, and I'm like, all right, yeah, this one's gonna have to be replaced in 18 months. It's like it's on a cycle.
Let's get to Curtis, but I want to ask you, Ronnie, do you think the internet is going to? Because I'm when I go to the dealership, I think about you. When I went the other day to get my oil change, when I walk in, I kept thinking about what you said. It's all about them making the sale as opposed to you. Your shit is completely opposite.
Yeah,
You want to help the person get what they need.
yeah, but the first hour is getting them to understand that I'm not trying to sell them something.
Yeah, but boil all that away. Yeah, it's still true. The truth in the dealer is they want to get you in a car. Period. You
Yes,
don't
sir.
care
Today,
whether the person buys a car or not. I mean, it's irrelevant to you.
it's irrelevant.
To me, that business model has more integrity than a car dealer. So, my question is, do you think car dealers are going to be? Let me rewind a little bit more. Taxi cab companies, Ronnie, have no value anymore. The whole value is
Because of
gone.
Uber. Uber took, yeah, they knocked out those medallions. Yeah, they wiped them out.
They're done, and that
Hmm.
really devastated a lot of people. It wiped out that industry. The hotel industry is getting crushed with Airbnb.
Yeah.
Tell me where the car dealers are going, Ronnie. I just feel it in my gut. Something's going. Even when I walk in the,
Subscriptions. If you go on the Volvo's website right now, for 600 a month, you can get it's a car. I don't think they have the sport utility. Depends on what city you live in, but 600 a month like includes your insurance, and so you can just subscribe and drive a brand new one. I think it's a 3-year subscription. It's not a lease. It's a subscription, and you take it. All the service is handled. Everything is done. So if every car manufacturer did that, it would be trouble for me. It'd be trouble for all the dealers. Um, Problem, Chris, is that this industry, the car industry, is tied to big oil.
it's regulated.
It's tied to big oil, tied to it. No matter if you're buying a hybrid or Tesla or whatever, petroleum, it's not going anywhere. They got the ability to make cars right now that'll give you 1,500 miles on an electric charge. Not going to happen. We're too
Because
addicted to oil.
regulations.
Yeah, they aren't going to do it. It's
They
too much. It's
own.
not. It's not regulations. It's money.
Well, I'm saying the government is the money regulates the government. The government is going to regulate the industry.
They're not
Well,
going to. I would never see it in my lifetime. I'm saying it now. It's not going to happen in my lifetime because there's too much money in big oil. They gotta keep people going to the gas pumps, man.
I'm just talking about sales, though. The experience with this new Carvana and just the whole experience of getting what people want.
It's a fad. I've seen Carvana, Echo Park, all these companies come in and try to change the industry, and they only work for a niche of people. There's just a niche of people that want to go put a coin in the machine and watch a car come down. I'm not hating on them. I've just watched it since '93. Every time I meet somebody new that joins the car business, they're like, "We're changing this your CarMax." All of these different companies. It's all irrelevant. If you focus on what you're good at, you'll be fine.
Hmm.
It's like if you're just talking about business and not just my industry, it's like just you're going to get all kinds of competition. You're going to hit by different angles. People are going to find ways to do it better than you do it. But if you're master of your own niche and you take care of your customers, you'll be fine.
Hmm.
You know. So they're not going to wipe out the dealers, though. I mean, in my opinion, the dealers will be around. The customers need that experience. There are customers that live for that. I can't wait to go spend 8 hours at the dealership. There's more of them than there are people that want to work with me. like by like 100 million to one. You know,
Curtis says he has a PT Cruiser and a hearse he wants to trade in for a BMW. Is that a deal? It sounds
that's
like
a
people.
deal, man. That's a straight up deal.
He sounds like people that call me about a house. Hey man, I got 123 Easy Street. What do you think about
Hey man, if you can get a BMW for a hearse and a PT Cruiser, that's a deal.
that? Curtis, you crazy, man. Alright. Anything else on there?
Nah, it's nice hanging out with you, man. I mean, I'm hoping that the car industry doesn't just fall on its face. But can you imagine just all the dealers being wiped out because of some idea?
I think it's great. I think it's great. Think about it, Ronnie. I always boil it back down to slavery, right?
Yeah.
The universe the Earth goes around the sun. You know,
Yeah.
it's only gonna. What Napoleon Hill calls it cosmic rhythm. There's a rhythm that we have. You just can't keep another human down because of the way they look. It's just not gonna work.
Right.
It may work for several hundred years, but car dealers have only been around for how long, right now? 100 years, 120 years. Maybe?
Mm, the 30s?
Yeah, 19, whatever, 100 years, 100 years.
Yeah.
I just don't know, man. I really, when I'm in the dealership today, I'm looking around like, is this a smart business model? I mean, is it really a smart business model to have 100 cars sitting on a lot, insurance, the whole shebang?
Your entire U.S. economy would crash without the car dealers. There, in this, so we have about 500,000 people in this town. Some say 700. I'm thinking it's 550, 600,000 people. And you're talking about $150 million a month in new transactions every month for as long as I can remember in this town. This
Mhm.
isn't new. It didn't just happen with the housing vote. You take that away, what do you think would happen to the economy?
I think it would be no, no. I'm not saying I'm just talking to. I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying I think the way it's happening, like the way, like what you do to me is more. It has more based on truth. What you're doing is based on all truth.
I understand that, man, but I'm telling you, the customers won't allow it.
Okay, you
They
saying they
will not
want
allow it.
they want the
They want the beaten before they go to sleep. They want it. If they didn't, I would be out of business because I would have so much business I wouldn't be able to handle it. I would be negative reviews. People would hate me. He never returns my calls. I want to just get treated properly. No, people have to get a beating before they go to sleep. That's just the way it is.
I hear
You
you.
know what happens, Chris? You go to the dealership, right? You get a sales guy that's got 4 kids, and he's like, I got to sell a car to eat. You got a customer with 4 kids that says, I need a $250 payment. They come together, boom, it's an explosion like a dying star. And that happens every 30 seconds in this country. It's not just the dealers. That's my point. It's like the dealers are just half of the problem. The other half is the customers. They'd come in there and grind, and like we would never have had this problem if the first customer went, you know what, I'm gonna go over to John's and see if he gives me a better deal. You were already at Tom's. Tom said, I got a car, is this price. I'm gonna go to John's. So they end up it's like, oh man. That's people can't go to bed without a beating, man. They sleep better. I'm
That is
gonna get in
too
trouble for
funny.
this video.
All right, man. Well, what did you want to leave? Was that the final thought for today?
I think that just hanging out with you this way, I think my final thought is we should keep the dialogue open and keep our minds thinking, because not only am I talking in this thing, I'm trying to keep my mind open so that I learn something.
Me
I
too.
learned something from reading the chat. When you guys comment in the chat, I think about what you're saying. I want to digest it and understand it more so that we can all come up with a better solution to all of our everyday problems and trying to grow wealth and sell houses and cars, whatever it is. But I just want to leave you with that is make sure that we're keeping the dialogue open.
Kimberly said she had one more payment on her truck, but the dealer took it before she made the last payment. Do they do that?
The dealership took it. They knew I was going to own
Dang,
it. They ate.
that's a that's a
It must have been, was it a buy here, pay here or something like that? I never heard of nothing like that.
Kimberly Gray. They got you real good, homie.
Oh, she was 2 weeks late on the payment. So if it was a buy here, pay here, they will come snatch that car up like that and
Even
resell it before you even get home.
Kimberly, that is not funny. What a wow. Wow.
Shabe, that's great. God bless you. Get out there and make it happen. Make it
Let me
happen.
let me ask, it was a buyer pay here. Ronnie, let me ask you, even when I'm dealing with my attorney in New York, I'm gonna talk to her tomorrow. You know, she just quit her job. I think she was assistant district attorney in her county. She started
The
her
attorney
own.
that you have on all the time?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, she's nice. I like her.
She started her own. She started her own practice, right?
Hmm.
But I'm getting emails right now. I just want you to comment on, and then we're done. I want you to comment on people saying, you know, I get emails right every day. People, I want to be entrepreneur, because I'm free. I want more freedom. I want more time. What would you say to somebody that says, I want to start being an entrepreneur because I want more time, I want freedom, and more, I want to be financially free?
I would tell them to keep their job and enjoy their weekends off and stuff like that. I mean, like, it's such a hard conversation. I sat down with Bonnie, one of my newest sales ladies,
Mm,
and we're training, right? We're training and we're talking and discussing things. And she said, "What's the secret sauce?" And I said, "Look, I can tell you, but you may not want to do it." And she goes, "Well, how are you able to stay successful?" And I said, "Well, the bottom line is I sold all my time, man. I did everything that nobody else wanted to do. I sat there when people laughed at me when I was like, I'm building a car business, and people would laugh at me at the networking things. I barely had enough money to buy a drink, and they would just laugh, and you're never gonna be shit, all that stuff. And I just kept going and going and going and going and going and going and going. I used up I didn't have kids till I was 36. I worked up until then, and then I started having kids. So for the people that say they want more freedom and time, I would say, great. Then you must be starting out with $1 million to invest and hire and get other people to do this for you. If you're just starting out like me from the dirt, say goodbye to your time. However, if you are willing to put in the work, you can get that time back later. Later, after you build your systems, tools, and processes, and they start working for you, which is,
mhm.
by the way, what I'm still working on. So if they say unto you, Chris, they want more freedom and time, my comment is keep your job. You're gonna sacrifice all your time.
I guess I think it is so taboo for one to think that they start off like you and I, and we have the time to do it now, But I'm like, I've worked 15-hour days for 15 years, So I'm like,
Yeah.
15, just, I mean, on an average. Some days might be 13. I don't know, Ronnie. I don't. I'm like, I struggle with it. I'm like, I want Chris. I want more free time. I want to be my own boss. I'm like, dude.
My wife made me buy a timeshare so that I would leave for vacation once a year. She was very smart, like a decade ago. She's like, if we don't do this, you're gonna work right through years and years and years. And she was right. Like, I don't know any better. 4:30 in the morning until it's almost 8:30, you know. Now that being said, what people see is I come and go as I please. I don't answer to a boss. I answer to a lot of bosses. I have 100 bosses. I have customers. They're my bosses. But I don't. If I want to go skiing, or if I'm not feeling well, or if I'm not like, you know what, I'm just not feeling it right now. Okay, yeah, I'll go home. I'm like, I'm gonna go play my video game. I'm gonna go skiing. I'm gonna go do something else, and then I recharge and I come back to it. But the amount of hours that someone works for 100 grand a year is a fraction of what I work. You know, a
Hmm.
fraction.
We might not even. Yeah, some entrepreneurs might not even bring in 100,000 a year, working more.
And yet and still they feel freer, and that's something else you should share with people. It's not really about the money.
Mm-mm.
It's funny that you say that, because people always ask me, they're like, what is the biggest asset of that, for me doing what I do? And it's my time. Not that I have so much of it, but that I dictate it. I'm like, I'm not going to work today. I don't feel like it. Snowed some Monday, and I'm like, I text all my staff and I was like, don't drive in this stuff. I'm not going in. I'll see y'all later. And I like that freedom, but it takes a lot of work, bro.
Do you think you have a slight? I know as I look back, I'm trying to get out of it. I had a slight addiction to the hunt of looking for the next deal. I'm like trying to take that out of myself and just say, you know what, I just buy the next deal. I don't have to go out there and search for it. Are you addicted to the process?
I, s- I still love the process. Yes, I am. I can feel the energy when I have, like, a client that's in one aspect of the process, and I'm trying to uh, make my unique selling proposition to them, and I can feel it matriculate down into a transaction. I live for that.
Hmm.
It takes time to build those deals, but I like it. It's like playing chess. I'm going to move my pawn here and help you move yours, but I'm already looking 4 or 5 moves past. I love it.
No, I like the processes of it. I mean, CC, I was just saying I don't have to go look for the deals. I like doing deals. But I think the reason that true entrepreneurs, Ronnie, we just have a well, even when early in the morning, I know I'm going to do this. I'm going to be writing. I'm going to do this ABC. In the business, I think it's kind of like that is what the thirst is. The thirst isn't the money. It's like the thirst is wheeling, dealing, making deals, interacting with people.
I love it. Yeah, the interaction with the people is where it's at, man. You know, and seeing them light up when they get value out of what you're doing, and it's just fulfilling to me. I just don't know if I would want to. Like, I've always told people, I got about 10 years left, because that's when the rental properties pay off. I'm sure I'll do more real estate deals, but I really don't know what I'm going to do when I don't have any mortgage payments. Like, I don't think I'm going to quit, but I got to find that next thing, man. I got to have something that I'm chasing, or it's gonna be difficult for me. I can't sit around like that.
Hmm. I think you can be on the internet, man. The
I
internet.
think you're definitely right.
When you get this internet, dude, good God, man, so big, man. I'm gonna show you the numbers. It's all about numbers. I'll show you the numbers.
All
All
right,
right, class. Good seeing y'all. God bless you. I'll be on tomorrow with my attorney Jessica Siegel, 3 o'clock. I don't know what our topic will be. If you anything you'd like my brother to cover on cars, please put it in the comments below.
Curtis, I need you to put pictures of the hearse and the PT Cruiser in the chat box.
Yeah, that's nice. All right, class. See y'all later. Peace.
Peace out.